Hello, Bravo. We've reached the last chapter of Dracula Go Home. The conclusion of this riveting tale. Chapter 16. My aunt stood shaking her head in the rain. Oh, the poor man. What happened? I was trying to lift the drain pipe off him. It broke at the joint with the gutter. A leather sack fell out. What's that? Jill said. I opened the strings and shook some of it out in my hand. That's why I called the sheriff. All these diamond rings and bracelets and stuff. Jill stared. What about them? And what were they doing in your aunt's drain pipe? There he is, prone Dracula. I pointed to the man lying there on the wet ground. He helped steal them, but he didn't know they were hidden up there. That's why he's here, to find the missing loot. He only pretended to be Dracula to scare me. She began laughing. Dracula? You really thought he was Dracula? Well, not really, I said. You can't tell people everything. Sheriff Post looked me over. Stole them jewels, you say? Maybe killed the girl in the lake? That's right, Sheriff, I said. The ambulance had come and taken Mr. Claude away. The sheriff didn't look too happy about being called out of bed after midnight. I hope you got some proof, son, he said. I told him all that had happened from the time I got to Hammond. Okay, he said. So this fellow Claude was digging around in the graveyard, walking around the crypt. You ever see him take anything? Well, no, not exactly, I said. What about that other stuff? He said, the murder and all. Well, I figured it all out, Sheriff, I said. Everything checks out just like it happened. The sheriff forgot how to chuckle. You figured it out. If you check with the theater director, he'll tell you Mr. Claude worked there then as Andrew Clyde. He and the girl had only a small part in the play. He had a lot of time to rob those houses. He only tried to scare me, pretending he was Dracula, I said, so he could get at the jewels Maria Palmer hid. He looked up at the roof. The old chimney was half gone now. The bag was in the gutter and drain pipe, you say, he said. How do you figure they got up there? I shrugged. I guess she just threw them up there, trying to hide them for him. Not bad, the sheriff said, only guessing doesn't count. He only had the small part in the play that year, I said, while all the other actors were working. He and the girl took off for the other side of the lake. All the rich homeowners were away, over here to see the summer's players. Sure, he said, that's possible too, but can you prove any of it? Well, no, but the sheriff sighed. It's all up to Mr. Claude now. He'll have to confess before we can arrest him. Do you think he'll do that? I said. Don't think he's crazy enough to do that, the sheriff said. Like I said, there's no proof against him, no witnesses. But the jewels, I said, it's all there, isn't it? He chuckled. Sure enough, but according to the evidence, Claude didn't find them. You did. What about all those different names he used? Ain't no law against a man changing his name, providing he hasn't done anything wrong. You mean you can't charge him with anything? Well, not exactly. I reckon we can hold him accountable for pulling down your aunt's chimney and drain pipe. The sheriff left after that, taking the bag of jewels. He said there was a good chance I might get a reward. It would take a while, he added, until they figured out what belonged to each party. About how long, I said. Well, if you still got this summer job next year, drop in, son. I might have some news for you. I never found out what happened to A.R. Claude, alias Andrew Clyde, alias the man who looked like Dracula. I guess after his leg got better, he went home. The bugs kept right on biting my neck and everywhere else the rest of the summer. That was anticlimactic. Not a very good story. Ken Platt was born in New York City and is currently living in Los Angeles. He is well known for his cartoons and theatrical caricature. Author of over 20 books for both juveniles and adults, including the Max Roper series and Headman, an ALA notable book. Mr. Platt has twice won the Mystery Writers Award. Hopefully not for this book. Anyway, that's it. It's over. Goodbye.